Dr. Joy Show, your prescription for total wellness. And I am your host, Dr. Joy. We have a returning guest, Dr. Fabian. He's coming to us today to give us the ABCs of self-defense. And check this out. This program that we're going to do today, yes, it's shortened for, the viewing audience, but he has done this program on multiple campuses across the United States and also within his own studio and different schools. So I want to welcome our returning guest, Dr. Fabian. He's an anthropologist, teacher, author, and martial artist. And this is his book. It's called Clearing Away Clouds, 9 Lessons for Life from the Martial Arts. And you know what? If you missed last show, we talked about those 9 lessons. But of course, before we get started, we're going to take our 3 deep breaths. And one of these, and the deep breaths is included in one of those 9 lessons, breath control. And that's what we're going to talk about today too. Are you ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. How do you feel? How do you feel?
Great.
You feel great?
I'm there.
Welcome back, Dr. Steve.
Great to be here, Dr. Joy. Thank you.
I want to tell you, you have a very interesting background, and I want to let the viewers know what you're all about. You lived on 3 continents. Tell us which 3.
Well, we're in one right now, North America, but also South America and Asia.
Okay, great. And you are an anthropologist, a teacher. He has chaired the international studies at 2 colleges, taught as a full-time lecturer at the Princeton University, which is up the street and around the corner. Currently is the chair of the History and Global Studies Department at the Hun School of Princeton, woohoo! And he is the author of 3 books, one of them being Clearing Away Clouds, 9 Lessons for Life from the Martial Arts. And part 1 of our show, we actually talked about those 9 lessons. And this book here, let me tell you, you need to read it. It shares practical insights of 35 years of martial arts training. Now look at him. He doesn't look a day over 40. Okay, so what did he write this when he was 5? But anyway, he co-directs the International Jiu-Jitsu Division of Shotokan. Did I pronounce that correctly? Shotokan Martial Arts Association. All right? And in 1989, won a national swordsmanship championship in Japan. He is bad, okay? Bad good, that is. Dr. Fabian runs the Yoshin Dojo in Hamilton Square, New Jersey, which is only 35 minutes from here. So I don't want to hear that, oh, it's too far. Listen, if you're serious about martial arts training, that's where you need to go. And serves as the USA head of the Hontai Yoshin Ryu. Welcome back, Dr. Steve,
Thank you, Dr.
to the
Joy.
Dr. Joy Show.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So now the last time you were a guest, we talked about martial arts history, the definition, the associated benefits of men, women, and children taking martial arts. We also discussed your 9 lessons for life in your great book, which is a good read, I'm telling you. But now we want to do the ABCs of self-defense. So tell me what ABCs stand for.
Okay. So self-defense is really what I see as the most practical aspect of martial arts training. You want to be able to protect yourself and your loved ones from threats that come at you. And the A of A, B, and C is going to be attitude and awareness.
Okay.
And they're flip sides. It's important to do a little bit with each of them. Attitude. When we train in martial arts, we get a little bit more of a confident attitude based on everything we've accomplished, setting little goals, gaining that next rank, and busting through that board that we did, and it kind of builds our confidence. Studies show pretty significantly that the social predators out there tend to leave alone the stronger looking, more confident projecting people, and they victimize people who kind of look like victims.
Okay.
If you're kind of walking all cowed over and shuffling along, you're saying, you know, I'm a victim, victimize me, just like in the animal kingdom. So a very important way to start self-defense is to help yourself avoid a context in which you might have to use self-defense, and that's walk around a little bit more confidently, stand tall, shoulders back, look like you know where you're going, have that confidence in your step, a little bit of spring, this and that, and that in itself will get you out of some situations you don't want to be in.
Okay.
Now, the second part, awareness, is another piece of that, is to heighten your attention to what's going on around you. For example, you're parked in a parking lot. You get out of the car, you go into the mall, you come out, where's my car? And, you know, and we've all been there, and you're kind of walking around, where did I park? Lost. Well, again, looking around lost, you're sending out signals that says, you can come and get me, because I'm not paying attention to anything other than the fact that I'm lost and I don't know where I am.
You know, that happened to me yesterday in the airport, where they actually said, one guy asked me, excuse me, do you know where you're going? I said, yeah, I know where I'm going. And I gave him, you know, I gave him that look, like, I know where I'm going, leave me alone.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
and
so
that's a great thing. So when you park in a parking lot, try to take bearings so that when you come out, you know exactly where you're going, and you're not meandering around looking lost and saying, you know, come and get me.
Right.
The other thing is, again, in a parking lot scenario, I haven't heard about this too much lately, but back a few years, there were some abductions in parking lots that were using the kind of vans that don't have windows on them.
Yes.
And so if you park your car, you know, take a look at what's next to your vehicle, because these unsuspecting victims were, you know, fumbling with their keys, getting in the car, and the van door would open right next to them. Hammers would reach out and snatch them away, and you know, off they'd go.
Wow.
So, you know, let's say you're in a parking lot, you see a car next to you, a van, it's all dark, you're not sure what's going on there. Get in the other side of the car. You don't have to go in the one way, and, you know, be aware of what's going on.
Right.
So that awareness, you're walking up a dark stairwell or around corners, don't cut the corner sharp, because somebody could be waiting around the corner to grab you. Take a corner a little wider, and it gives you a little angle around the side so you can see maybe something that's coming up before it actually jumps out at you. And forewarned is forearmed. So attitude and awareness are the A parts of the self-defense, ABCs for self-defense.
Okay. Okay, so stand tall, walk like you're going, like you know where you're going, and take the corners, don't take them sharp, take them wide.
Be aware of what's around you.
Okay.
You might even notice somebody's kind of hanging out behind you, stalking or something like that.
Stop.
You stop and look right at them.
Okay. Oh, look at them?
Look right at them.
I just stop and let them go.
You give them your look that you were talking about. Give them that look.
Okay.
Now, yes, if they want to keep going, that's great. That's great, but, you know, be a little bit careful if they keep going past you. But give them that look, let them know you're aware of them, and all right, that sends the message that I'm not the easy victim you thought I was going to be.
Oh, so that means I should give them the look.
Yes, yeah, I'm serious.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, see, I learned something new. Okay, okay.
Right. Okay, so that's the attitude awareness, the A of the ABCs.
Okay.
B, we've done a little bit with to start out the show with. B is breath control. And you might be thinking, well, why do I need, what's breath got to do with self-defense? A lot. For the same reasons that we start out your show with the breath. Breathing taps you into energies, universal energies, and can help calm you down, but can also help energize you to meet a threatening situation.
Okay.
Now, the breath control I'm talking about here is belly breathing.
Yeah, I noticed that your breath was a lot more deeper than mine. So most people do shallow breathing?
Very shallow chest breathing, and kind of take shallow breaths.
Like in the doctor's office, they tell you to breathe from the chest?
You want to activate your abdominal muscles and expand them as you breathe in, and then contract them as you push the air out.
So you'll be able to see your belly go up and
down.
down.
You can watch my belly.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, okay. And so what's that doing is that's activating the entire breathing apparatus. You're able to pull air further down in. It keeps your lungs healthier.
Right.
And as you expel it, it helps you focus and concentrate your energies. If you've ever noticed in weightlifting,
Yes.
if you're going to push your weight up overhead,
Yes.
you exhale as you do that.
Right.
All right? And that's the same principle. You're focusing, concentrating your energies. So if you find yourself in a situation that's getting a little bit scary, for one thing, your system might start to get a little shaky because you're getting scared.
Nervous,
Right, you're nervous. So start taking belly breaths. Pump them in and out, pump them in and out. And you'll find that to get that shakiness right under control. It'll help control your adrenal system from pumping and making you like a little bit too crazy. You don't want to nullify it because that's there to save your life. That's your fight or flight response, and you want to tap into that. But you don't want it to get out of control where you get hysterical and start going crazy.
Right.
So doing a belly breathing will help you do that.
Do you recommend that people do belly breathing every day?
I do.
I recommend that they do.
Walking around, anytime you're sitting in the car driving, focus on your breathing. Now, don't lose attention to the road, but start taking a breath in. You can think about your abdomen in the Orient, about 2 inches below your navel, actually about 2 fingers width below your belly button. That's considered the seat, the center of your being.
Center of your being.
And that's the spot that beginning meditators are taught to focus on as they're breathing in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth, taking in clean air and energy and putting out all the bad stuff and getting rid of that. And if you focus on that one point, you can help keep yourself centered, calm down, focus, all those kinds of things.
So to find your center, take your 2 fingers and put it on your belly button. It's 2 fingers below your belly button, and that is your center. And you should be breathing from below, not shallow chest breathing.
Right.
Okay. C.
C is the meat. That's
the meat.
It's continuous action.
Oh.
Now there was a movie way back when called Thelma and Louise. You may have seen that one about these 2 women kind of out on their own, and one of them gets jumped in the parking lot, and she slaps her attacker. What do you think that did?
Made him even more mad.
Made him angrier.
Because she didn't take him down.
Not at all. She slapped him, and he got more angry and really started beating her up.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, her friend came along and saved her, but that's not the point. The point is, if you're going to defend yourself, you have to be ready to take it to where you can nullify the attack and get out of that dangerous situation.
So it's like when you only have one time to make an impact, so then you can either run or drive away.
Well, you might have more time than just one, depending on what you do.
Okay.
Now, a slap is probably the worst thing you can do because it's not going to disable anybody, and it's probably going to fire somebody up. That's right. So we're going to talk about some target areas. We're going to talk about some simple strikes, and we're going to talk about a little bit of hands-on stuff and what you can do besides striking somebody, because not everybody's comfortable with striking people. But there are some very basic techniques that you can learn that will help you control an attacker, and size isn't necessarily a factor here. You can the principle of jiu-jitsu, and that's my main style that I actively teach, although I supplement that with some other weapons trainings and things like that. But the point is, jiu-jitsu is devised for a smaller person to overcome the attack of a larger person.
Oh, really?
And so it's a very effective system, especially for people who are a little bit smaller than average and things like that.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best system for somebody who's 6'8" and weighs 280 pounds. They don't need jiu-jitsu.
No, well, somebody's probably not even going to come
exactly.
after them.
It's probably
but
not.
I stand 4 feet 11 and a half. Yes, I do.
So this is all going to be good for you.
But I said 5 feet on my driver's license. So so this is good for me.
It's going to be great for you. It's going to be great for you. Okay, so first thing we want to do is, if you sense a threatening person coming towards you, adopt a defensive position.
How's that?
Left or right leg forward, and both hands up, elbows in. You want your hands by your face, so in case I'm going to grab for your face, you can slap me away, right? You can block things, right? You can block things, and you want them down, because if I'm coming down here, it's easier to keep yourself covered. This leaves too much open.
Yeah.
So this is a basic defense, hands open, and I like the hands open, although you can also close them, but open because I'm a jiu-jitsu stylist. Like if you go and grab my shirt or something like that, I'm going to take you and do something to you that's not going to feel so good because I have my hands open.
Oh, okay. And if you have it in a punch in a close, then that means you can't.
You're going to have to hit. You're going to have to hit. So all right. So now targets. Yes. Command center. The brain is your command center. The brain is your attacker's command center. You want to short circuit that any way you can. Ooh. So you don't want to just slap him on the cheek because that's just going to enrage him, as you said.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're in this defense position and you grab me and you're the attacker, well, poke him in the eyes. Guess what? You're teared up. I'm not talking about driving your fingers into his brain. I'm just saying poke him in the eyes. And I'm not going to do it to you, but what's the response when you get poked in the eye? Yeah, your teary eyes, the hand's going to go up, and okay, you can leave right away if you think you can escape.
Run.
But if you don't think you can get, and now you're a fast runner, so that might work for you, but if you don't think you have any place to run, finish it off a little bit. Throw him down on the ground and then get out of there while he's, we'll get into that a little bit later. But first strike, eyes, okay? Boom. Another thing, you might not be comfortable hitting the eyes, pop the nose. Same response. What happens when you get a nose pop?
Oh, well, I'm going to grab my nose.
And what happens? You start tearing up right away?
I start tearing up and there's blood and I'm mad.
Same kind of thing. But the eyes tear up and you're momentarily stunned from being able to do anything. You're kind of flailing around. And so just a simple nose, boom, just a pop.
So this open hand is powerful.
Very powerful.
Yeah. So when I see people doing this,
you can do that, but
most
most ladies are not going to like to be punching people. Okay. Really. Now I train on punching things, so I'm okay with punching. But most ladies, especially, open hand is great. Open hand is great. Eye poke, nose smack. Okay. Now, right, you grab me here. My hands are still open, right? So pop the ears.
Oh, that hurts. That really, really hurts.
Not only does it hurt, when you pop the ears, your center of balance is in your inner ear. That's right. So they're going to be flopping around a little bit. And again, these are just the initial strikes to get control of the situation. Continuous action means we're going to continue this, follow it up with some techniques.
Okay, so that's just not one.
Right. No. This is just a kind of setup thing, and just the things that are obviously and readily available to you. So we've got eye gouging, nose hitting, ear popping. And the last basic target, I would say, real easy for even beginners, anybody to do, and you could do this open or closed hands. You're coming in and grab me, pop the throat. Boom, pop the throat. And you can do that with your knuckles, you can do it with a fist, you can do it with a hand, you can do it with your fingers.
So when you say pop, you don't mean,
No, I don't mean grab, I mean pop.
Pop it. Oh.
Pop. Hit that Adam's apple right back into the neck.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's quick, it's easy, it's not going to hurt you as the defender, but it's going to stun them and kind of,
okay, so we did 4.
Yes.
We did 4. Open hand.
Yep, open hand.
Everything is open hand.
So go ahead. I'm coming at you, and boom, poke me in the eye. I'm going to boom, smack me there. Ears, and the last one right there to the throat.
So it's all the targets, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't have to be athletic. You don't have to be able to kick over your head.
Yeah, because,
you see all these guys doing self-defense, and the first thing you do is whip this leg up over the head, and it's like, no.
No, you don't need all of that, right?
Keep it simple. And a street fighter is going to take you down bad. So.
Oh, yeah.
They see that leg go up, and they're right in there, and you're down.
You're down and thrown over on the side somewhere.
It's not pretty.
Right, okay. So all in the face. Those are the target areas.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Pretty quick, pretty easy. Of course, a little bit of time practicing a good quick hand motion helps.
Now, how would somebody practice that?
You could just do that at home, on your own with, let's say, you could do it shadowing in a mirror, just in the air. You could put up a pillow, lean it against the wall even of your bed, and just like smack the pillow.
Right.
Finger poke, palm into it, smack it, just to get a sense of some contact.
Right.
One of the biggest problems is in self-defense is making contact. If you're not trained to make contact, it kind of freaks you out to actually hit somebody or to be hit by somebody. And so that can short circuit everything else you're trying to do. So if you do it at home a little bit by hitting some, inanimate object, and
not
just
the dog
not the dog or the cat or your loved one or anything like that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where we want to start.
Pillows.
Now, what about a grab situation and for whatever reason you're reluctant to do the smacking thing, or maybe this is somebody you kind of know but they're just coming on a little aggressively, you know, they kind of grab you. So what you want to do is you take a little bit of movement here, and you see how that feels. That doesn't feel very good, does it? What I'm doing is I am bending her wrist back in a way that is very painful. So we're going to, I don't want to step on my wire here. I'm going to grab you, and you're going to put your middle finger in my line of my wrist, bring it over, and I'll take your other hand and kind of clench right down on that, come in on the wrist, and push that down.
Does that hurt? Did you feel it?
Yes. Now you keep your body up a little straighter. Keep your body up a little. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. That's good. Now I do exercises to strengthen my wrists, so most people don't do that.
Right.
So we have to be a little bit mindful of that. Another thing you can do, instead of the wrist, if you're not feeling the wrist, you can turn the arm over and come on the elbow.
Oh, the elbow.
The elbow. You feel that?
Yes, I do.
And that'll take even the strongest guy here. Let me do it on this side.
Okay, let's see.
Put your hands on the wrist.
Yeah.
Both hands.
Okay.
And now turn this over.
And
Keep your chin up. Keep your chin up, and put the elbow down, but keep my wrist up by your chin.
Oh,
So, yeah, bring that
like
up.
that.
Bring the wrist up. Wrist up.
Oh.
Up. There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
It's a lever. It's a lever. If you want to lever something, I can't drop everything down. Do it this side. I can't drop everything down because there's no lever. Keep this up, bring this down.
Wow.
See how that works? See how that works?
Yeah, I see that.
Nice
That's
and easy.
a wrestling technique.
Oh yeah. Well, it's probably illegal in most wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Grab the wrist.
I'm going to grab the wrist.
Both hands.
Both hands.
Turn it over. Now keep the wrist up, but bring the elbow down. Yes. There you go. Keep your wrist up. Wrist up. There you go.
Okay.
And that'll take over.
He's strong. Woo! That's a workout, Dr. Steve.
Okay. All right.
All right. No, that's good.
That's this. So we've got two basic holds. A wrist hold.
A wrist hold.
This way.
Right.
Now I'm going to show you a wrist hold the other way.
Okay.
And this will be a little, you'll like this.
I will?
Yes.
Okay.
Hands here.
Okay.
Turn it over.
Oh.
And you can take the biggest guy down to the ground very easily on this. So I'm going to hold you here. You're going to put your thumbs behind my knuckles. And you're going to turn, thumb behind the knuckle, turn it to the outside.
Like that?
Like that.
Oh, so the thumbs would be on the outside of
Again,
the
it's a
person's
lever.
hand.
Fulcrum is here on the
So where
wrist.
are my elbows? They're down.
They're keeping in. Always keep them in.
Okay.
So grab. Boom, right, that's great.
Ah.
And if you were to step back, see when my shoulder dips?
Yeah.
That means I'm in a break balance point. In Japanese, it's called kuzushi. I'm in a break balance point. If you were to step and pull, I'm going down.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh. So this even works if I'm in, because I'm in heels right now.
You can be in a suit, dress clothes, gown. This will work. So that's why I like it, okay? So we've got a couple of strikes and a couple of grabs. How would we follow that up and take advantage of something for continuous action? Make sure that this guy wasn't just going to, you know.
Right.
All right, so you poke me in the eye, so what? I'm still coming at you.
I'm still going,
right?
Okay. Now I got all my bags
all
and
right.
running.
Well,
you're going to drop the bags.
I think all little girls learn this pretty quickly. One of the most vulnerable spots on the guy is, is the groin, okay?
It's the groin area.
The groin, okay. So the follow-up to especially one of these strikes to the face.
Right.
Boom, come in.
Oh, with the knee.
With the knee.
Oh, okay.
Knee to the groin. Knee to the groin. Grab the shoulders. So I'm coming in. Maybe you gave me a quick pop, and I'm like this. Grab the shoulders, bring my shoulders down, and knee right up to the groin.
Oh, so I have to pull you into me. And
sure, because that's going to give your knee more pressure.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom. And that's an easy way to practice this. Take your pillow at home.
Yeah.
And boom, just bring your knee right up into your pillow and bring your arms down onto the pillow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to practice at home with a pillow. Not the dog, not the cat, not your spouse.
That's right.
Although sometimes you want to feel
There's
like, but don't
Let's
do
not
that.
go there.
Let's not go there, okay? So we have to practice these things, and they're easy things that we could do on our own.
Easy things. You do not need to be gifted physically, athletically to do these things, right? Okay.
Right.
So we want to start a little smack. Boom. Right.
Right. Or if you grab, then I make sure that the wrist is up. The elbow is down.
That's a good one, too. That's a great one. That's a great one. You can take a guy right down to the ground on that. For obvious reasons, we're not going to go down on the ground today.
Right.
But that pressure on the elbow, like if I'm going to have you in this pressure on the elbow, the next thing is going to go right down to the ground.
Whoa, I'm down on the floor,
yeah,
guys.
you're going to go down to the ground.
Okay,
A little bit of more pressure on that elbow. You feel how vulnerable that elbow is, right?
What?
So,
yeah.
So
you can tell I didn't work out my arms for a few days.
That's okay. That's okay. So the next thing I would say is, unless a person is really well trained on taking a fall, throwing them or taking them down to the ground is, for the most part, going to pretty much neutralize their attack.
Right.
So let's say, you know, you pop the nose or the eyes or the ears, you do a groin kick. You know, a big, strong guy is not necessarily going to leave you alone yet.
Right, okay.
Throwing him down to the ground is going to give you enough time to probably get out of there. And if you're lucky, he might actually hurt himself enough going down that he's not going to be able to follow you even if he wanted to.
Right.
So what are a couple of real simple takedowns? Well, one we already just learned.
Right.
If you grab me anywhere, it's this turning to the outside.
Right.
And now see your shoulder dip like that? The whole audience can see that. Shoulder dips.
The shoulder's gone.
I can take you anywhere right now. You cannot resist this because I can just take you down and throw you down.
The floor.
Right,
okay.
right. So go ahead and do that with me. Thumbs under the knuckles, all right? And thumb under the knuckle, because that gives you more leverage.
Oh, thumbs under the knuckles.
That gives you more leverage, so I have to make sure that I grab. That's the leverage.
Okay, grab me again. Yeah, you know I got to get this right.
Yes, you got to get that right. There you go. And now all you need to do is pull me and I'm down.
Oh, pull.
I'm going to go down.
This way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, but I'll go anywhere you want me to go at that stage, okay? So I'm down.
All right.
But let's say you don't get that wrist. It's just not there. I mean, you know, I've got you both hands. I'm really up here in tight. Use that. So grab me, pull me in. Okay, come down and down you go.
Oh, okay.
It's a real simple tripping motion. You just put one leg behind the other and pop that knee out.
Wow.
Push the shoulders and down you go.
Okay.
It's real simple. And I teach this to beginner martial arts. The first throw we usually do. Don't worry about that. So I'm attacking you here. Go grab my shoulders. Step in behind that leg. No, outside. Outside.
Oh, the outside?
This leg outside. Now this leg comes behind here. No, keep that leg where it was.
Oh, sorry.
And now this leg comes behind here. And pop the knee and push here.
Oh, wow.
You're going to push here as you pop the knee. That's it.
Oh, okay. That's a couple of different motions there, Dr. Steve.
That one is so practical. Any front attack, you might punch me.
So I got to make sure that I have both my legs working.
Yeah.
And then
it's just you take a step in, but I'm pulling you. So if I pull you, you're going to step in anyway. There you go. Now get right behind me with that other leg and throw me over.
Oh.
That's just that easy. And yes, practice is important. Once you do this a few times, though, it really becomes pretty second nature.
Right.
I've seen kids do this to each other in the schoolyard.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic.
Wow.
And if you don't know how to fall, you're going down hard.
Okay. So ABCs. A.
Attitude and awareness.
And awareness. B.
Breath control. Calm yourself and energize.
Right. And C.
Continuous
with
action. Make sure you put the action out once it starts.
So let's talk about the target. The target would be your face, poke of the eye,
smack
of the nose, smack of the head, get the throat.
Grabbing, we might grab a wrist.
Take them down.
Take it over, or an elbow. All
right.
Groin strike.
And then the other one was the trip.
Simple trip.
Was a trip. All right, now, this is all very good because I have on heels and we can just do it. And we practice at home with a pillow. Now, do you teach this all over? So where, if, because my viewers may want more. So how are we going to be able to
I teach in a small group called the Hon Yoshin Dojo. It's in Hamilton Square.
Okay.
You can find me online via the Shudokan Martial Arts Association or HYR USA website. You can email me at sfabian@hunschool.org. That's where I teach the Hun School, and I do teach this in a martial arts club there at the Hun School, Princeton. So various ways to reach me.
Is that only for students at Hun, or can?
Yeah, it's only for students at Hun.
Okay, so they would have to go to your other spot. Now, Clearing Away Clouds, where can we get this book?
Amazon.com is the best way, easiest way to get that these days.
Okay, great. And you told everybody your email, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for being a returning guest. Okay, so we after we finish sparring, we're bowing. And I want to thank you again for demonstrating these practical tips.
Pretty practical.
The ABCs of self-defense. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joy.
Yes, until next time, be blessed, stay healthy. See ya.